What's up guys, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to a brand new video. This was bad. This was bad. I'm not gonna shy away from it. This was bad. We should have won this game. This is a very disappointing draw. We were so heavily favored to win this game. We could have gone third in the table, could have shown that we are serious now. We are gonna finish in the top 4, but yet again we're short. We fall short and we are still fourth. But what this game shows is that we're definitely gonna have a challenge to finish in the top 4. It's not gonna be easy because we keep doing this, We keep messing up some results, messing up some games. And before we talk about the game in seriousness and everything, I just want to say, 1 week. They could have waited 1 week, man, to sack Ten Hag. Just one more game they could have given him. Because the moment Ten Hag got sacked, we knew this could have happened. We did fear this, new manager bounce. They suddenly play a bit better. And even though they didn't play well, you could see they had a bit more passion, a bit more intensity. They wanted this game more than, they would have under Ten Hag. But that is no excuse. They are basically a managerless team, basically just playing on vibes. When we played on vibes under Lampard, it didn't work. Why did we let this work? Why? When we were playing with vibes under Lampard at Old Trafford and they had Ten Hag, when Ten Hag was actually doing good in his first season, they smashed us 4-1. Why couldn't we have done that? We've been playing so well. But yeah, a lot to talk about, guys. Before we start, drop a like if you enjoy and subscribe to the channel. Right now, we are fourth in the table. We are above Arsenal, above Aston Villa, both of whom lost this weekend. But now this puts extra pressure on that game against Arsenal next week. We have to beat them. We can't. If we would have won this game, we would have had a bit of a cushion. Maybe you could have drawn that game against Arsenal next week. But now we have to win, guys. Now, starting with the lineups, we had the same lineups as last weekend, as predicted. James and Gusto. James left back, Gusto right back. Centre backs, Lavia, CAICEDO in the midfield. Neto on the left wing and Madueke on the right. Palmer and Jackson. Now we gotta talk about some things, because the way this game started, so Man U started off on the front foot. They got an attacking free kick in the first minute. They were doing good. But then we slowly started to grow into the game, create some attacks, create some chances. We had a lot of corners in this game, and our goal did come from a corner, technically, even though it wasn't from a set-piece routine. We have to talk about the set pieces. Bernardo Cueva, what are you doing? So when you get a corner, there is that sense of anticipation rises inside you. Okay, we're doing good, it shows we're attacking, we're putting pressure on. But that sense of optimism when you get a corner has started to die down, I think, for a Chelsea fan. Because we just know we're not scoring. What's the point? There's no point of us getting a corner. We almost did score, though, when Madueke got the header. It hit the post. I think Fofana was also trying to go for the header. Both of them slightly collided. I think if Madueke would have gotten that free header without Fofana colliding with him, he could have scored, but it is what it is. We can't think about that. But I think today, in the attack, you had Palmer, you had Neto. A lot of the attack was on the left side with Palmer and Neto, and then Jackson up front, of course. There was a lot of indecisiveness. There's these moments when Palmer is, with the ball, carrying it forward. He's gone from almost the halfway line to almost their box, but he doesn't know what to do with it. There's no clear option to pass. He doesn't want to take a shot from far out. I don't know, it just felt very cautious, very concerned, very, just not trying. It was very safe. We were just playing safe the whole game. That's the issue. And you could see Gusto with missed passes. It was a good combination on the right with Gusto and Madueke. We'll talk about the fullbacks also in a bit. I remember that one moment when Madueke sent Gusto through. Gusto crossed it in, but again, there's no one there. We get a corner, but what use are corners for us? The issue is, today we just didn't. We were scared. There were missed passes from Gusto, from Madueke, from Jackson, from Fofana. Even from CAICEDO, once or twice, but can't say anything to CAICEDO. Man of the match, hands down. Best CDM in the league right now, maybe even the world. That goal was amazing, kept us in the game. I'm not saying we could have won this, but we should have won this, I'm not trying to say that our performance was good enough to win this, but it should have been good enough to win. This game was there for the taking. Man U are in 13th place. We are now in 4th. We really should have won this and gone third. But it is what it is. So that's how the first half went, really. Man U got some chances towards the end of the first half, and the last action of the first half was Rashford hitting the crossbar. So if we would have conceded there, that would have been really, really bad. Thank God Rashford didn't score. I think in the first half, our build-up was very slow. As I said, we were playing safe. We were waiting for them to do something. We weren't, taking charge. We weren't doing things. I remember a moment when Colville had the ball and he was just... I think he stood still for like 10 whole seconds, instructing some people to move up, move aside, something like that. And for a moment it looked like, okay, we are trying to, be calm, assert dominance. Now that I think about it, it wasn't dominance. It was fear to, do something. We were scared at Old Trafford. It was visible. First half, we were a bit scared in the back of our head. I don't get why. This United team has been a joke for this season. And we've been doing so well, and still it was visible these guys were scared today. They were scared. They just were. The fullback pairing, Cucurella got subbed on after halftime immediately. It's not working, really. I get what Maresca's trying to do with Gusto, being the number 10. The reason we need this is because Enzo Fernandez now is not in the midfield, alright? Since Enzo Fernandez is not in the midfield, none of Lavia or Caicedo can, be the attacking midfielder with Palmer in the 4 attacking guys that we have, with Jackson ahead of them. So that's why we need Gusto to play that cam role when he inverts. So instead of inverting into DM, since we already have 2 DMs now, Gusto inverts into cam. So it looks good, but Gusto is just not that, calm and composed on the ball. He's not that good with it as Reece James is. And everyone is saying, Reece James, that's his natural position. Why isn't he playing in Gusto's role? There's only one answer: injuries. We don't want to risk him. We just don't want him to bomb up and down and get injured in 2 weeks again. That's the only answer. Now, I don't know in the future if we can do that for him, maybe once a month or something he plays in that role, and then the other 3 games of the month he plays left centre back. But the thing is, we have to accept we might have lost that Reece James, The same people were telling us to, we should have played Reece James instead of Gusto, that position. Those are the same people that will be complaining if he gets injured in 2 weeks. So we might have to accept that we won't get that Reece James consistently again. But having Reece James in any capacity is good enough, in my opinion. Even though, of course, if Reece James plays in that Gusto position, it will be better. But it is what it is. Cucurella comes on, and I think we have to try a Cucurella Reece James fullback pairing next time. Let's see how it goes. As long as, the doctors say Reece James is fit and everything. Mudryk came on for Madueke. Enzo came on for Lavia. Enzo coming on for Lavia, there's only one answer. It's just, be a bit more attacking, etc. But Enzo, that miss was bad as well. Enzo is just not doing much. He's just not doing much. And Madueke as well. Today, he has lost that ability to just cut in and take a shot, I think. I think the social media, everyone's saying too selfish, has hit him. And is it a stretch to say he's just in the starting 11 because of the Wolves game? I don't want to say it, but it might be. We might have to see I think Sancho would have helped us today. I think Sancho would have really helped us today, especially mentally as well, because he would have wanted to make a statement against Man U. But it is what it is. We couldn't have played him even if we wanted, and he's ill anyway, so it is what it is. Jackson had a decent game. Not good. You could see he was trying to do things. He did drop back, but he wasn't making runs, and in these big games, he gets marked out. There's nothing we can say about him, to be honest, in this situation. Pedro Neto was good, bombing up and down, winning the ball back, running up, getting passes. He was decent. I think Pedro Neto has nailed himself in the starting 11. I don't know what Sancho and Madueke and Mudryk are going to do, but I think Pedro Neto has nailed himself in the starting 11. And CAICEDO, man. CAICEDO, what a game in the midfield. Have you guys seen that clip, on Twitter where he gets past 4 United players, then crosses it out wide to Pedro Neto. Lavia and CAICEDO, this partnership is amazing. Cole did good. Fofana looks kind of dodgy still, but it was his mistake, I guess. Now let's talk about the goals. The penalty goes above Fofana. Højlund gets the ball, but Sanchez, why? I won't say it's his fault necessarily, but why go out for the ball like that when he's moving away from the goal? Of course he can't get to the ball, concedes a penalty, Bruno scores, and thank God CAICEDO scored that worldie 3 minutes later, whenever it was, because we could have lost this game. Garnacho had so many chances. He missed like 3 good shooting opportunities straight at Sanchez or like above the bar. We could have lost this game, and that was scary. If we would have lost this game, that would have been humiliating. Considering we were all so confident before Tenag got sacked that we're gonna win. So I mean, it is what it is, guys. Nothing more to say about this game. Man of the match has to be CAICEDO, but I expected more, guys. I expected more. We'll go ahead and win midweek now in the Conference League, of course, but now it's about the Arsenal game. As I said, midweek last week against Newcastle, the only thing that would have justified, like throwing away that game would be winning here, and we haven't won it. So now the only thing that can justify this is winning the Arsenal game. Now my expectations are set. We have to win the Arsenal game. No draws. I would have been happy with the draw before, but now no draws. If we lose that game, there's a possibility where we fall down to 8th. Probably not going to happen, but I don't want to risk that. Even a draw would be okay, but I want to win that game. Arsenal, we have to beat them. So yeah, guys, that's it for today's video. I'll see you next for the Conference League game midweek. Have a good day, and goodbye.